Hey guys, Star Jumper here again. And now that we've kind of covered the very basics of shipbuilding, let's take the next step and try to make, a nice looking ship. Um, so what you can do there is it's really easy. Just hit the control, hold that down while in build mode, and it will pop up the advanced build mode here. So there's some important things that just show up right off the bat, and that is this block placement um, scroll bar here. And so that's going to be the X, Y, and Z axis, and that will allow you to build things much quicker. But maybe an even more important aspect is the symmetry build planes. You have all of them right here, and you can set them. Make sure that you have the odd symmetry mode turned on. If you don't, it doesn't quite give you what you're going for. So the most basic one and most commonly used would be the YZ plane. And I set that up on my core because I want my ship to look a certain way on both sides, right? So I'm going to delete everything here, just clicking everything out. And see how long that's taking? So instead, you can click on this remove mode, and then you can just max out this size, go over a certain part of your ship, and then just delete it out. See, a lot less clicking involved, which is nice. So I'm going to put those back down and then make sure you uncheck this. So keeping in mind all the principles we came up with before, I'm going to first start out with making a little encasing for my core. This is the first step I usually always do. You can do it however you like, but this just gives me a good idea where to start from a lot of my ships. So I'm just building a little, going to be a little casing, because when you first start your ship, your first basic ship, you won't have a lot of shields, and so you'll get shot a lot, and so preventing all that damage is nice. So I kind of start out like this. You want some space to exit your core so you're not on the outside of the ship. And this is because it would normally put you right above the core when you exit, but since there's a block there, it looks for the next closest area, so we're going to try to leave that open here. We're going to just do something like that. Okay, so that puts me out inside the ship. Back in there. I'm gonna finish it off here. It looks like a cube. There's better designs than this, but this is just a start. All right, and then hopefully you have light. Let's see if I do. Yeah. Wait. I don't have. Yeah, I have a red light. Put 2 in right here. So now on the inside, it is. You can actually see what's going on in here. But let's say you were looking at a darker section of your ship and there weren't any lights. You can use this lighten button right here in the advanced build mode, and it's going to give you sight in here. It's going to lighten it up for you. Turn back on, and then we'll turn the lighten off. Okay, so basic ship. Now you need to be able to get in there. If you have flex doors or anything like that, you can use those to make the door. I have blast doors, it looks like, and I like putting it at the bottom of the ship because it's easier to get into that way if you're docked, and you don't need to be crawling around the back side of the ship, and it just goes directly to the and that's just on the very basic ship like we have here. All right, so we kind of have that set up. Now let's make some power. All right, so again, we have that build symmetry mode on, so it's going to really help us. Power here, and now I don't want to click like that again, so I'm just going to set this to 10, and I'm going to do that. All right, so basic right here. We have 7,556 recharge, so we're going to make that a little bit more. All right, and so now we have the recharge. We have a slight defense around the core. We have no thrusters, and we have no shields. So let's get some shields on this guy. And again, you don't have to put them in a block like I'm doing here, but I like to just kind of keep everything together on smaller ships so I can easily repair them. That's there we go. We have 5,000 shields already. Then we'll put some rechargers on here. Sometimes it's best to have an equal number of chargers to shield capacitors, because that will give you about 1/10 of what your total shields are in recharge, which is, I think, kind of a good thing to have. But this is actually slightly less than. So, all right, so we have 402 recharge on our shield and 5,389 of max shield. Okay, so now we have our shielding. Let's put some thrusters on this guy. Okay, and again, you can put your thrusters wherever you want. I'm just going to put them in the back. Yeah. I have a little ship. And I like to have, on smaller ships, probably more thrusters than other people would want, but I just like my small ship being really quick, because small ship. Alright. So there you have it. That's very basic ship. And now let's put some computers on this guy. Let's just go with the Canon computer. Did before in a previous tutorial. And on bigger ships, you probably don't want to put your computers next to your core, but on this small ship, you will go ahead and do that. Turn symmetry off, put it right there. You can see the cannon here, easily accessible. Again, still am able to exit the ship, stay on the inside, and we'll just give it pins. There you go, just basic can. And since they are all linked together, see how this cluster and that cluster, both little columns are connected. That means it'll just be one cluster and considered when looked at by the computer. So you'll only have 2 rounds being fired from this side and this side. But I am going to do this like that. Now, got it. And I want it to be rapid fire. I'm going to attach another C on the master computer, B on the slave computer, and then select the slave computer with C, and then start building. Always put back on your symmetry. And these guys, since they are the slave, it doesn't matter where you put them, as long as they have the same number as your master. So I have 27 blocks in the slave and 38 in the master, so we'll just keep going so we can get that 100% ratio. All right. There we go. All right. Now it's 100% ratio, and we got that rapid fire. And you have your first basic ship here. Quick, agile, get you from point A to point B, and that's it. All right, guys, take care.